BMRforum.com and BMRodds.com. What is going on, boys? What is going on? Welcome back to episode number 72 of The Lobby, guys. Moving right along. As always, each and every week, we have Mr. Donnie Rightside. What's up, Donnie?
Loving life, man. Right now, track and field kicking off in the Olympics. Good stuff to watch all the way through. Full slate of preseason games this week. Major League Baseball in focus. And I believe August 24th is the first week that we're going to see college football. It used to be months away. Now we're literally weeks away, and pretty soon it's going to be days away. So good stuff here in the month of August.
Yes, time certainly does fly, that's for sure. And last but certainly not least, the man who actually decided to do his hair for the show today, Mr. Samson Charge.
Fresh cut, you know what I'm saying? I was flirting with the idea of growing it long again, but 56 days in between haircuts, it wasn't growing that long that quickly. Luckily, it still grows, but I'm going to keep it short and short on the sides, a little bit of length on top. That's what I'm rolling with.
There you go.
But just like Donnie said, you know, we got Prem League soccer that starts again next week. The track and field Olympics has been unbelievable. Can't wait to talk about that. My golf game has been incredible. I shot a career low 81 last week. And the weather in upstate's high 70s. It is perfect selling weather, not too hot. It's been 90s for a month straight. Wow. I am a solid 75-degree guy in my personality. That's what I love, that temperature. Right. So this week, the next couple weeks is looking at, mid 70s, which is perfect weather for me.
You had to throw in the golf analogy in there, Sam. I did see, I believe on your Facebook or Instagram, one of those that you shot your best record of an 81.
Yeah, it was a career. It was a career best. My game this year, my game over the last 2 years has 100% improved. I was flirting with trying to break 90. Now I'm consistently breaking 90. 81 was just unbelievable. Wow. I missed one shot pretty much all day. Drive, iron, two putt. Drive, iron, two putt. A couple bogeys here and there. I think I only had one double. But other than that, I just played a flawless round, 10 pars. It was great. And I'm ready to go again on Sunday. I'm going to play another course. My handicap on the app that I use, I'm 15.2 right now, which pretty much accurately describes when I tell people I'm pretty much a bogey golfer. I'm very, very happy with how I've played this year. Again, it's really just, it's like your own personal goal, right? Like I'm not playing for money.
Right, of course.
Not that good, like that I'm competing against, scrambles and best ball and stuff like that. But it's an internal thing, you know what I mean? It's like a gambling thing. You have your own goals that you strive for and you're able to do it. I feel like my whole life has thrived on single events. Like I was a wrestler in high school, which is a team sport, but individual. Golf is an individual sport with other team aspects. Gambling is an individual type thing. Car salesman, I care about the dealership, but in the end, I care about my sales. So I think my best motivation is just myself, and it seems to be doing well.
Awesome. Did you play with some friends or just play?
Yeah, so pretty much my crew of guys is my brother. I got two friends that I play with, one guy at work, and then my dad. It's been funny because I haven't been able to play with my dad since now he works at the Saratoga track.
Right.
So Wednesday and Sunday are my two potential days to play based off my work schedule, and he works the track those days. So now I'm playing with my dad's friends that we play poker with, or I'm playing with my buddies.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm rarely playing with random people. I at least have, or like my cousin I play with too. So I have enough network around that I can find a threesome or a foursome.
Between your core group, you're the best one out of them all.
Me and my cousin flirt with, depending on the course and stuff. My older brother is like a 100-105 shooter.
Okay.
My dad is better than me. But other than that, yeah, I'm flirting with beating my dad now, which is pretty exciting.
It's nice.
He's been playing golf his whole life. He played in the high school team and stuff like that. And my grandfather, he won golf tournaments when he was younger and stuff like that. I got a trophy of his when he passed away. So I took that as one of the memorabilia. So I like that.
Very nice. Congratulations on that score, Sammy, for sure.
Thank you.
Speaking of scores, speaking of medals, let's dive right into the Olympics, guys. A quick recap of the top 5 in medal counts. Is it anyone's surprise? The USA is right there on top with 92, followed by China at 65, Australia with 41, France and Great Britain are tied for 4th and 5th, 49 respectively. No big surprise there. United States on top. Donnie, have you been watching any of the matchups?
Yeah, absolutely. Been enjoying it. Now, granted, most of us really get into the Olympics, at least myself for basketball, but the teams for the Team USA have been so dominant so far. You don't really get excited at this point. You see right now, 15-point lead right around halftime, United States and Nigeria. That's the women's side of it. The men were tremendous yesterday against Brazil, but the track and field is where I really start to enjoy the Olympics because I believe like the 100, the 200, the 400, they are so much fun to watch because so much happens so quickly here. And you just see these guys that really put their entire lives into literally moments, not minutes, not actual years and weeks that you see in the regular season for the NFL or Major League Baseball. That's what I've been enjoying the most here. And as we go along, the faster these guys get, the more gold medals come out of there. And Team USA has been phenomenal here, maybe exceeding expectations at this point with that medal count, far and away the best in the Olympics so far.
By far, for sure.
Yeah.
Sammy, you've been catching any of the coverage?
Yeah, and it's finally USA's on top of the gold medal count too.
Yes.
So, it's one thing to be up by 30 medals on China, but we want to win the most gold as well. That's another pride thing. But that's
a close matchup right there. It's only 26 for United States versus 25, so China's right there. So
the track and field has been unbelievable. The Quincy Hall matchup that just happened about 45 minutes ago, he won gold. He was down by I don't know, like a half a second. You know what I mean? If you watch the final 50 meters, every stride he gained ground and barely won. You talk about Lyles, he won by 0.005 in the 100-meter dash. That was unbelievable. Now he's into the 200-meter finals, which I think is either tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, the track and field has been so overwhelmingly awesome. The highlights from them has been great. The high jump, how about the guy with the big dick that lost because his dick hit the top of the pole vault? That was unbelievable. Then you had another guy that broke the world record. I mean, it's the highlights, the coverage has been amazing. I'm loving it, every minute of it. Like Donnie mentioned, USA basketball has been dominating on the men's and women's side, which isn't like the best thing to watch. When a team's favored by 30 points, they're doing what they're supposed to do. But in reference to the track and field, it is exceeding expectations. I'm loving every minute of it. And not every minute, every second of it, because it's a minute's too long. It's second by second.
Well, a minute is too long for you too.
Hey.
Anyway, let's dive in, guys, to the new NFL kickoff rule. I know we briefly touched on it a little bit last week. Let's go ahead and let's look at this quick video of the first of the new NFL kickoff rule that happened in that preseason game. Donnie, you want to break this down for us while we watch it a little bit?
Yeah, you said the interesting part is the kicker starts on his own 40 here, but I like the rule as you see it play out right here. I do think we're going to get some big kickoff returns this year, and I do think we'll average one kickoff return for a touchdown per week. That's my goal in this. But the interesting part is we're so used to being traditional the way kickoffs look. It's just odd to see the football in the air and nobody moving because you're used to, 10 guys plus the kicker making 11 sprinting full speed 4.340s down there looking to crash into somebody. And we don't have that anymore. It'll take just a little bit for the public to come around. But if the question is being asked right now, would you rather just go back to the old kickoff? No, because it was an obsolete play. At least this is bringing special teams into it. Is it a little bit gimmicky? Yes. But the way the concept is, I don't think it's all that much of a gimmick, even though it looks like it up front. I think as we get into the preseason and you see it more and more, you'll get used to it. The betting public will get used to it as well, and you'll see it play out. I think it does lead to slightly bit more scoring, but at least it's not one of those plays where, hey, I'm going to go use the restroom. Hey, I missed the kickoff. So what? You can guess what happened there. Oh, that's right. It went out of the back of the end zone. At least you're going to have some excitement right off the bat. Like Red Zone is going to be popping up this year on your TV with touchdowns right off the bat, not just everybody gets a knee in the end zone and away you go.
And that is definitely a good thing, as we touched on last week, back in the day with some great, returners. Devin Hester comes off the top of my head. Hopefully we'll see more of that action moving forward. Sammy, what do you think of that?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be beneficial for injuries as well. You're talking about guys that really don't get to play in the game that are on the special teams. So they're looking for that massive hit, for that massive highlight to then go to the bench to get their guys hyped up. So the fact that they're now 5 yards apart is definitely going to cause less injuries. I'm still a little bit confused in learning, like if the ball bounces in the field of play, then in the end zone, they get the ball at like the 30 or no, at the 25. But if the ball hits in the end zone for a touchback, the ball gets going to 30. But if they kick it in that green grid, then it's go. So I'm still a little bit confused on where the ball goes to play.
It sounds very confusing too.
But again, like Donnie said, pay attention to preseason. Maybe that's an incentive to actually watch a little bit of preseason, so then you learn the rules so that you're ready for the regular season time. But listen, everything is adaptable. No one likes change because it's not what their brain is functioned to. After a few weeks, they're going to say, let's go for kickoffs. I'm ready.
Exactly. And speaking of the NFL, since we're jumping into it already, guys, starting next week, we will be doing a complete breakdown of each division next week, guys. So starting with the NFC and AFC East, South, North, West. So make sure you tune in for the next few weeks, guys, for a breakdown of that. Donnie, what do you got on the diamond today? How's baseball looking so far today?
Yeah, baseball's looking pretty good this afternoon. A couple RBI shots in that Arizona Diamondbacks game where they beat the Guardians up pretty good today. Jock Peterson, a couple guys chiming in with some base hits. That was profitable. But a little bit later on tonight, there's a lot of stuff that I do like. San Diego's game, I like RBI chances for Jurickson, Profar, and Manny Machado. If we're looking at San Francisco, Matt Chapman's been on fire. This kid Fitzgerald is unbelievable so far for the San Francisco Giants. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for Toronto. If we're looking at two games itself, I do think we get some totals here. Boston and Kansas City have been having a good run the past couple nights. I think that continues tonight, and look for an over 8.5. And then the late night game, the Philadelphia Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers, two questionable pitchers on the mound tonight with a total that's listed at 8.5. 8 at some outlets if you're shopping around. I think the Phillies and the Dodgers get after it tonight. So I'm looking at RBI props tonight, which I love because they're plus money, and then a couple totals to the over.
Awesome. Good luck with those, Donnie. Sammy, besides the Yankees, what else you got today?
Well, beside the Yankees, we got double the pleasure, double the fun. We got a Yankees parlay that we can hit today.
Wow.
It pays minus 115. So, they're minus 300, minus 350, minus 250. You parlay them game 1, game 2, it pays minus 115. So there's your sharp action on the Yankees. So I got to have that. As well as I like an underdog tonight. I like the Phillies over the Dodgers. Like Donnie said, could be potentially a high-scoring game. But just like BMR, we love our contest here. We got the NFL contest. We got the MLB contest. So 2 contests to review real quick. MLB Cover the League. So first poster to get all 30 teams to win at least one game, win the contest. You got 5 guys tied at 12 teams, myself included. You got Tank 28 and 2 the 9s at 13. And right now, Seaborn EQ is leading with 16. So he's got 16 out of the 30 covered. 2 guys yesterday had the White Sox, but they've been playing the White Sox every day for 2 weeks. So they're pretty far behind, but they do have the White Sox as a win. But I'm going to save them for one of my last 2 teams, of course. And then the other big contest, you got the JDS $2,000 contest, where Sunshine is really opening up a lead. He's got a 5-unit lead on Empire Maker, who has a 5-unit lead on Martin Hop, Head Sturks, WW Ermeyer, and DH Ristolf 211. Those 4 guys are all within 0.6 units, but you got Empire Maker at plus 15, Sunshine at plus 20. A lot of guys have qualified, and keep in mind that we're paying out the top 4 on this. So obviously the first place gets the most money, $1,000, but it does pay the top 4. It is very competitive, but we're only a few weeks away from coming down to a winner here on this, so it's very exciting.
Yes, definitely a very, very exciting time in those contests for sure. And speaking of contests, guys, we have 3 wonderful NFL contests that are going to be going off here very, very soon. I want to highlight, this is one of my favorites, September's 10K NFL Pick'em Pool. The reason I like it, it's only a 4-week contest. I like you get in there, you get your prize money every week. First prize is paying $600 weekly for those 4 weeks. And it's definitely a great contest. It's going to start September the 3rd and end on September 30th. So make sure you click on the wonderful LT Profits thread there at the very top of Bettor's Chit Chat to find more information out about that. And then we also have our NFL Pick the Dog contest. Sammy, you want to break that down for us?
Yeah, basically pick the dog. The rules are pretty simple. So whoever's able to accurately pick the most underdogs and gets them as winner, it's a unit thread count, and it goes all year. I know we touched a little bit about it last week. One of my big strategies is to go with home divisional underdogs. That's always like the square play of the week, is to take the team on the road that's minus 2.5, where you could definitely take that home team where you're supposed to get 3 points just for being at home. So that's going to be my initial thought. Later in the year, you're definitely going to see guys just chucking Hail Marys at plus 300, plus 400 plays to try and gain grounds. But my strategy is going to be to find those plus 150, plus 120s. So you're not gaining a ton of units, but those are obviously have a better chance of winning. It's simply pick your underdogs, find them.
Yes, and the key thing about that is you have to have exactly 44 picks, guys. So make sure you keep that in mind going into the underdog contest. No more, no less. 18 weeks NFL,
that's
44 exact picks.
2.5 a week.
Exactly. Well, okay, good breakdown on that.
It is. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Exactly.
We're off the Olympic talk now. We're on NFL talk. It's a marathon, baby. Be in for the long haul. We got 5 months.
Speaking of a long haul contest, we also have our 20K NFL Pick'em Pool, which is going to run the entire length of the season, all 18 weeks. Not as big as Sammy's cock, but we have this weekly contest. First prize is $250 right there. And the neat thing about that is you have the weekly prizes for the 18-week contest, and then you also have segment prizes. So there are 4 segments, each lasting 4 weeks. So you have additional prizes for those segments as well. So definitely a great time to be here at BMR. Great time to get your hands on a lot of this great money that's going to be given out. Sammy, you've been following the tennis. How's that going? What's the record like in your thread?
Yeah, tennis has been going great. So shout out to Novak Djokovic, who won the gold medal over Carlos Alcaraz. Djokovic has now won tennis. What I mean by that is there's nothing else for him to win. He has literally won everything. The gold medal was the only thing that he's never accomplished. He had 1 bronze, he had a couple 4th place, but he never got an Olympic gold. He now has that gold. He is undoubtedly the GOAT of tennis. I was so happy to see him win. And that celebration, I mean, he was crying and shaking on the court. That's how much it means to him. For a guy that's won everything, now he's literally won everything.
Yes.
But now we're officially back to hard court. You got the men in Montreal. You got the women in Toronto this week, Master 1000. So it's a week and a half long tournament. Yannick Sinner is back, the world #1 on the men's, back on the hard court. We're sitting at plus 49 units on the year, and a couple actions tonight. I like Osaka -3 games, Fernandez under 17, and then Jesse Pegula in action -4 games as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Sammy, and good luck moving forward with that. Last but certainly not least this week, guys, we have our last and final big poker finale event. If you have not received a private message, I just clicked on the thread. I have one I got to take care of. But if you have not received a private message from me in regards to the tournament, definitely get in contact with me. Right down in my thread. Private message me directly. We're going to be giving out 1,000 baller coins for first place in the Tournament of Champions final event, guys. So best of luck to everybody who's qualified, and be on the lookout for our next Tournament of Poker series coming here soon. But Donnie, Sammy, anything else before we wrap up for the week?
We're getting close to real deal football, man, and it's going to be easy. September, October, November, December, January, February, the best months of the year, and we're just about upon that. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Awesome. Sammy, what are you looking forward to?
I'm probably going to go to the track at least a couple more times. Saratoga's only 25 minutes away. It's a famous racetrack. I won a few weeks ago. I lost a little bit of money this past Sunday. But again, the way that I bet horses, I lost like $50. The other week I won like $70. So I'm like a 20-25 a race type of better. So I realistically got to win 2 or 3 races just to not be really, really bad. But I love the track. Beautiful atmosphere. You can bring your own beer, bring your own water, bring your own sandwiches, bring your own snacks. I'm not getting gross paying $15 for a beer when I can just bring my own 6-pack for $10 and drink as I'm going. So definitely take advantage. I love the track. I love this time of the year.
No, it is. The track's a lot of fun, Sammy. Sammy, what's your strategy as far as betting at the track? Are you like the JJ Gold type with the hat, the glasses, studying the racing program, trying to pick out the buyer speed figure? Who's a closer? What's your strategy? Are you invested into that?
Yeah, no, I mean, from a day-to-day standpoint, my brother and my dad, they actually pay attention. They have like the Naira app. They bet through there. They can see all the post positions and things like that. I watch horse racing, but I only get the program when I'm up there. I do know how to read the program. I know how to read past performances and speed and distances and maiden, optional, claimer, allowance, stakes race, things like that. I would say I'm above average with my knowledge, but in the end of the day, you're picking horses.
Right.
So strategy number one is I like a show parlay where you just pick a horse to come in the top 3. You take that money and parlay it on the next race. On the next race, see how long you can go. Or I just simply pick a horse to win. I know it's like when we talk about casinos. I know the way to win money is by doing superfecta, pick 3, pick 4, pick 5, pick 6. That's too much for me. It's not, and I know that the odds go substantially down. It's just like a casino. I know that to hit a jackpot, it's a slot machine, but I don't control a slot machine. So I don't want to play that if I don't have to. So just give me $20 to win on a horse. If I get it at even 2 to 1, 3 to 1, I got to pick one horse. Or I got to pick one race every 3 to 4 just to break even. I know it's much easier said than done. But, I'm simple. I'm either going to do a show parlay or maybe just pick a horse to win. Simple man, simple pleasures.
Last question, Sammy, because I don't think you ever responded to my question in your horse racing thread. What is a Grand Slam?
Yeah, so a Grand Slam. So let's just say there's 10 horses. You take out the last race. So whatever the last race is doesn't count for the Grand Slam. It's the last 4 races before the final race. So the first 3 races, you have to pick a horse to come in the top 3. So all you got to do is pick one horse to come in the top 3. On the last race, the horse has to win. So the first 3 races, they just got to come in the money. The last race, they have to win. Now, typically, my strategy is for every variable, it's $2. So if you pick one horse, it's $2. If you pick one horse, 2 horse, one horse, then it's 1 times 2 times 1 times 1 times $2 bet. So it's $4. If you go 2, 2, 2, 2, obviously you're just adding the money.
Right.
So however, let's just say you pick 2 horses in one of the races to come in the money and 2 of them do, then your Grand Slam payout now multiplies by 2. So there is some variance to that. So typically on the first 3 races, I'm probably only going with 1, maybe 2 in one of the races. On that last race, I'm definitely going with 2 or 3 options because they have to win the race. So my Grand Slam bet is probably like $12, maybe $16, depending on how many horses. And then the payouts, they can range. I mean, if all the favorites are coming in, it could pay $20. If you're getting some underdogs, it could pay $70. My brother hit one a couple weeks ago for $500. So, there's, just like anything else, there's a lot of variables, a lot of variance into that. But it's a fun bet, and it gives you 4 races of action for 1 bet if you're able to, even those wins. So it puts less pressure on picking the winner or putting more money onto it, and you can make a $12 bet last 2 hours.
Awesome. Well, thank you for breaking that down. Like I explained, that's a term I've never heard of before, and I'm sure a lot of people out there haven't either. So thank you for breaking that down, Sammy. Best of luck, guys, on all your action this upcoming week, and we will see you guys in the forum.
See ya.